สวัสดีครับสวัสดีแฟนเพจแฟนช่องดูบอลกับแนทนะครับเนื่องด้วยสถานการณ์ล่าสุดของสโมสรนะครับที่เพิ่งจะมีการเอ่อประกาศแล้วกันนะครับเป็นข่าวจากฟิโรโซโรมาโนนะครับว่าตอนนี้เอริกเทนฮากนั้นเฮียบีโกแล้วนะครับก็คือไม่น่าจะมีอะไรผิดพลาดนะครับตอนที่อัดเทปวันนี้นะฮะก็ต้องเรียนก่อนว่าอัดเทปกันในวันที่19เมษายนนะครับณตอนนี้ก็สามารถจะบอกได้ว่าเอริกเทนฮากเป็นผู้จัดการทีมของแมนเชสเตอร์ยูไนเต็ดแล้วแหละนะครับในเชิงยังไม่ทฤษฎีหรือว่าเต็ม 100% ในเชิงปฏิบัตินะครับเป็นโอกาสที่ดีมากครับคือผมได้มีโอกาสนะครับไปพูดคุยนะครับแล้วก็ติดต่อกับช่องของแฟนบอล Ajax อันนี้คือแฟนบอล Ajax โดยตรงเลยนะครับที่เนเธอร์แลนด์นะครับเขาทำเพจของ Ajax ในชื่อว่า We Talk Ajax ฉะนั้นในเรื่องของเอริกเทนฮากในเรื่องของ Ajax แล้วก็คงจะไม่มีใครที่รู้ไปมากกว่าคนที่ติดตามเชียร์ Ajax โดยตรงนะครับฉะนั้นขออนุญาตวันนี้ผมได้รับเกียรตินะครับมีแขกรับเชิญถึง2ท่านที่เป็นชาวดัชมาคุยกับเราโดยตรงนะครับท่านแรกนะครับที่อยู่ติดกับผมนะครับก็คือคุณปาปิเมนโตนะครับแล้วก็ท่านด้านล่างนะครับคือคุณ EyeJax นะฮะชื่อคือ I นะฮะแล้วก็ Jax ก็คือแสดงถึงสโมสร Ajax นะฮะ so hi Mr. Oh, Mr. No, no, not Mr. We are friends. Sorry. Ajax and Papimento. Yeah.
Yes.
Welcome to Nut Football Channel. We are from Thailand, and Thai fans want to hear about Eric Ten Hag and about Ajax from you, who are from Netherlands, and you are the diehard Ajax fan. So there are many questions that we want to ask you. So
thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us, and we're glad to answer your questions. And also nice to meet you and get acquainted with the Thai fans. So let's do this, man. I'm stoked.
Yeah. Okay. So let's start with the first question, maybe to Ajax. Can you describe Eric Ten Hag in 3 words to let United fans know him more?
Yeah, 3 words. That's quite difficult, Nat, but I'm going to give it a try. I would say hardworking perfectionist. That's 3, right? Yeah, that's 3. So this would be the perfect description from him, I think. And for a little explanation, this guy lives for football, you know. He's always busy with things surrounding football, trying to prepare his team to the fullest. And he demands the most from every player and also from himself. So that's why I'm calling him a perfectionist. The way he works, the way he lives for the football, I haven't seen that at our club for quite a while. Maybe the last manager I saw it with was Louis van Gaal. He's also very perfectionistic.
To Papimento, how do you feel about Ten Hag's football? Which tactics did he use mostly in Ajax?
You know what it is? Like, it's all based on the Cruyff philosophy. So he does play that. And that's the way at Ajax we also expect us to play. But you do notice in the 18-19, it was a different tactic. So we would build up more from the center of the pitch in 18-19. And this year, for instance, because our midfield are not the best footballers, he changed the tactic to build up our play from the sides. But the Ajax way is always ball possession. All are comfortable on the ball. All are not worried about being pressed and can get out of the press with their ball. And it's total football. So everybody has to press. Everybody has to work. Everybody has his responsibilities. And that's what Ten Hag expects from every player on the pitch.
Yeah, great. Papimento, many media comparing Eric Ten Hag with Pep Guardiola. Do you believe that both has some of the same style of football?
Yes, I do. I mean, Pep has that Barcelona background, Cruyff philosophy, which Ten Hag also has. So I do believe they are similar. I just think that look at how Pep did at Manchester City. You know, it took him a while to get the team rolling the way he wanted, and I think Ten Hag will have the same issues at Manchester United building that team up. So if he wants to play that way, I think a lot has to change basically at Manchester United for him to be able to play that way. So it's going to be very intriguing to see how Ten Hag in the beginning is going to structure Manchester United, because he might need a lot of targets in transfer window.
Yeah.
Okay. Ajax, there are many popular players from Ajax Academy, such as Matthijs de Ligt, Donny van der Beek, Ren Gravenberch, and Anthony. Does Erik ten Hag has impacts to develop those players?
First of all, Matt, great pronunciation. So kudos to that. Like you pronounce it pretty good, especially for somebody where you're living at. It's difficult to pronounce. So kudos to that. We have many popular players in the academy last years that flourished under Ten Hag, and he definitely got the most out of them. With, for example, De Ligt and Frankie de Jong, although they were at the team, I think, Papimento, correct me if I'm wrong, already a bit at the team before Ten Hag came at the helm, right? Especially De Ligt, I think.
Yeah, De Ligt was already on their bus as a youngster on the bench.
Yeah.
Van der Beek was also already close to the first team, and Frankie also.
Yeah, so they made their debut already under another coach, but he let them grow further. He just implemented them in the style, and under his helm at Ajax, they grew to the players that they are now, and especially, of course, Frankie de Jong. We all know him at Barcelona. He's one of the best players there, in my opinion. The way he plays football is unique. But also with our current squad, with Jurriën Timber and with Ryan Gravenberch and with Anthony on one of the winger positions. He got the most out of these players, and you can see the most important thing is he gives them confidence. He let them play, and he's not substituting them like during the season. He gives them the minutes even when they are not playing that well, because Gravenberch this season also had like a period that he wasn't at his best level, and still he played him. So that confidence that they got from the coach is so important at a young age to keep performing, because if you get dropped, the motivation and like the motivation drops also for the players, because they're very young. They are not that versatile yet. So for me, this is the most important thing, and I think Ten Hag does impact them by playing them and giving them the confidence they need.
To Papimento, maybe this is a hard questions. Will he bring a success back to Manchester United, based on your opinion?
Good luck, Papi.
Personally, it depends on how much time he gets, to be honest. Because if you guys are expecting to get the league title next year, then I would say no, he definitely not. But if he gets some time and he doesn't, he's not that naive, and he structures the team in the beginning based on what he has and grows from there, I think he can have a lot of good results with Manchester United. So let me say, I think if United gets top 6 and wins maybe a League Cup, or gets in the final of a League Cup and an FA Cup, then I think he would buy himself enough time to go into a second season and really show what he's capable of. But I think the first year is going to be very hard for him.
If I can add something to that, Nat, if I may. Sure. I think the fans of United should also be realistic, because what Papi already touched upon with Guardiola, when you ask him about the Guardiola ball in a previous question, also one of the bigger managers in England, Jurgen Klopp, he didn't perform from the first season. It took a few seasons to implement his style at Liverpool, and now he's playing terrific football with them year in, year out. Same goes for Guardiola. And why is that? Because they have a stable situation at their club, because the people within the club give them the time to grow and establish their style of football within the club. So the success is also important if he gets the time, like Papi mentioned, because all the big coaches in England now, they have not done it in 1 year. It's a project for several years. Maybe only Tuchel, with winning the Champions League with Chelsea, was like very fast, because he just became the manager. But in domestic competition, Chelsea isn't there yet also. You can see in the long run, they cannot compete with Liverpool and Manchester City, for example, this season. So I think this is important to also take into consideration.
Van der Beek is one of the players that Ajax fans love most. Do you believe that he can perform if Erik ten Hag is a head coach, maybe to Ajax?
Cool. Yeah, I'm so happy for Donny van de Beek that Ten Hag will come back and is able to coach him, as a coach for him, because he coached him like many years at Ajax and he got the most out of him. Because Donny at our club, he was terrific. He was one of my favorite players. The way he performed, the way he makes runs, the way he is like an iceman in front of the goal, Maybe because Dennis Bergkamp is his father-in-law, that he got those Iceman veins from him, because they used to call him the Iceman in England. So he's so pivotal for our team in those success years in the Champions League and when we played well in the Eredivisie. So I do think if Ten Hag comes to the club, it will be great for Donny's career and he could be revived by him. And I'm actually looking forward to it because I started following Manchester United a bit when Donny made that transfer, and it died a bit, with watching the games because he never get his chance. But the fans were great supporting him, and I believe that if he actually gets to play, that the fans will be still behind him, And I think Ten Hag will get the most out of him. This is my take.
Yeah. But let's in an Ajax system, Donny van de Beek works perfect. But in the current formation and the current tactics of Manchester United, he is not as useful as at Ajax. So if Ten Hag is really gonna implement the Ajax style at United, he would be very important with goals and assists. I'm 100% sure of that. And he has a great work ethic, Nat. Don't forget that.
Don't forget his passing play, Papi, because he is one that loves to do progressive passing, like skip a few lines and just deliver the ball up front. You do not see him make a pass to the side or to the back if he can play forward. And this is something actually I think Manchester United can use a lot.
Yeah, thank you. Just go back to the players that Ajax might lose to United. If there are some of those, what do you think they are, Ajax?
If some of the Ajax players come to United, you mean?
Yeah.
I hope not much. You can have Haller for 60 million. You have the guy who's on a free at the end of the season called Labiat. You can have him too. Maybe in Magayan. But no, in all seriousness, Nat, I think that if I have to choose who goes to United, it's maybe Anthony first instead of Timber. Not because United can use him more than Timber, but I think he's more ready to leave than Timber because Timber is young, has a few more years on his contract, and Anthony is at that age now and at the club for a while now that maybe it's a little bit early. It could be one season later, but it would not surprise me if he leaves at the end of this season. And I cannot see that happening with Timber. And if I'm being honest, also with Pogba maybe leaving, if I was United, I would go all out for Gravenberch because he wants to leave. He has so much potential. Ten Hag knows what he can bring in the midfield. He's been dubbed the younger Paul Pogba. He's not the finished product yet. He still has a lot to learn, but I think Ten Hag can get the most out of him. And Ajax is at the moment struggling with Bayern München. Gravenberch wants to go there.
The deal is just stuck, right?
Yeah, the deal is stuck. Gravenberch wants to go there, but Bayern München is offering 17 million and 6 million in bonuses, and Ajax wants 30 million. And Bayern München said, this is our last offer. We're not going any higher. So there's high stakes poker being played there. And if I was United, and I already know that as a club, as a management of the club, I already know that Ten Hag is coming, I would definitely try and poach him away for 30 million because this guy is more than worth it. And if he plays a few years in the Premier League and he develops more, you can even sell him for 80, 90 millions in a few years easily. So this would be my advice, but I'm not at the helm of the club,
Yeah, he's star in the making.
Yeah, definitely. Wonder kid.
So thank you for both of you to come here and express and give us the information and opinion from Dutch fans' points of view. And hope the next time we'll be chatting again together. นี่คือ Ajax นะครับแล้วก็ Papimento นะฮะผมย้ำว่านี่คือ2แฟนบอล Ajax ที่เป็นชาวดัชพันธุ์แท้เป็นโอกาสที่ดีมากๆที่เราได้พูดคุยนะครับแล้วก็ต้องบอกว่าพ พวกเขาคือแฟนบอลอาแจ็กซ์แฟนแท้ที่พูดตรงๆก็คือเสียโค้ชที่พวกเขารักมากๆไปนะครับแต่ก็นั่นแหละครับเราก็ต้องเดินหน้ากันต่ออาแจ็กซ์ก็ต้องสร้างทีมหาโค้ชหานักเตะใหม่นะครับแล้วยูไนเต็ดก็ต้องไปต่อกับเอริกเทนฮากนะครับฉะนั้นนี่คือการพูดของเราระหว่างวันนี้นะครับระหว่างช่องWe Talk Ajax นะครับซึ่งสามารถไปกดติดตามกันได้สำหรับใครก็ตามที่อยากจะศึกษาหรือว่าอยากรู้เรื่องฟุตบอลดัชนะครับยังไงผมจะทิ้งลิงก์ไว้ด้านล่างแล้วก็ติดตามทั้งPapimento แล้วก็ EyeJax ได้ทางช่องทางนั้นนะครับฉะนั้นถ้ามีโอกาสหน้าครับเดี๋ยวเรามาเจอกันใหม่นะครับผมจะเชิญท่านไหนมาสัมภาษณ์ก็ต้องมารอตามกันนะครับวันนี้ขออนุญาตลาไปก่อนนะครับแล้วก็bedankt
Yeah.
to both of
Thank
you
Thank you, Nat.
okay
Bye-bye.
let's chat next time bye bye
Yeah, definitely. Bye.